So you're considering moving to Georgetown. I think it's a great idea. It is a wonderful neighborhood, and a lot of my channel is dedicated to the neighborhood of Georgetown, as you may know. But if you didn't know that, make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss a video about Georgetown. And today what I want to talk about in this video is what are the homes like in Georgetown? What would it actually be like to live in Georgetown from a home, from a property perspective? If you've seen some of the movies that feature Georgetown, you may have an idea of what the homes look like. But are there others besides those movie famous houses? Yes, there are. You bet there are. There are lots of different types of housing available in Georgetown, and this video is going to talk about them all. Georgetown has a wide array of home types and styles, and in this video I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview so you can see exactly what the exterior of some of the homes in Georgetown look like. In future videos, I'm going to start taking you inside some of these homes, but today this is a neighborhood tour to give you an idea of what the exterior of the homes look like in their shape and in their size. Homes of Georgetown, that's what we're talking about today, and we're starting right now. I'm Sherri Ann Green with Coldwell Banker. Welcome to my YouTube channel that guides home sellers and home buyers in Washington, D.C. and Northern Virginia. So when you think about the homes of Georgetown, do you have an image in mind? A lot of people do. They've seen homes from Georgetown in the movies, and that's what they think everybody in Georgetown lives in, but they don't. A lot of people think that all the homes they've seen in the movies are exactly what all the homes that those of us who live in Georgetown live in, and that's just not the case. Perhaps you've seen The Exorcist. Maybe you've watched The Pelican Brief. Have you seen the movie called The American President? All of these homes are famously featured in those films, but they sort of represent a larger home that you might find in Georgetown, and trust me, there are others. There are a lot of old homes in Georgetown, that's for sure, and Georgetown is very much committed to the historic preservation of these old homes, but the movie homes that you've seen are only one piece of the Georgetown house puzzle. Maybe movies aren't your thing, but history is. And if you know a lot about JFK, you know that there are many homes in Georgetown that are associated with the famous president. Take 3419 Q Street Northwest. This is the home where John met Jackie at a dinner party in 1951. They were actually invited to the dinner party with the intent of being set up with one another. They were invited by the home's owner and journalist Charles Bartlett and his wife Martha. Then there's 3307 N Street Northwest. This is the home that John and Jackie lived in during the 1960 presidential campaign, and this is the home from which he left the morning of his presidential inauguration. And 3017 N Street Northwest, this was the final home of the Kennedys in Georgetown. There are others for sure that are related to John and Jackie, but these are some of the more famous homes in Georgetown and some of them that you may have heard about. Looking beyond the movies and history, there is a wide array of housing in Georgetown. Georgetown has condos, co-ops, row homes, and standalone homes, and even mansions. Let's take a look at what a lot of these different home choices look like from the exterior. Start with condos and co-ops. Some are in newer buildings like 3303 Water Street, which was built recently, and there are more of those on the way as well. And some are in older warehouses like the Canal House that was actually built in the late 1870s to service the C&O Canal. Before there were condos here, there were donkeys and grain and feed and all types of activities that serviced the C&O Canal. Condo prices in Georgetown have a wide range. Some condos are studios or one bedrooms, but some are very expansive and have 3 to 4 bedrooms. And those 3 to 4 bedrooms can sell for the price of a large row home and sometimes even more because of the amenities involved with these properties. Georgetown also has co-ops. Dumbarton Court is a beautiful example of a co-op in Georgetown. The owners of this co-op, the shareholders of this co-op, love the building so much. I've heard rumors that many just don't leave. They simply upgrade to a bigger unit when one becomes available. And then there are row homes, and Georgetown has a lot of them. Georgetown is known for its row homes, both big and small. Since Georgetown was started in 1751, some of the homes are really, really old. Some are small and charming, and they housed fishermen and people who worked in the ports, and some of them are grand and very spacious and very large, and many have secret gardens hiding in the back. There are smaller 1 and 2 bedroom homes, and then there are grander scale row homes that have multiple stories and allow for a larger family or a larger entertaining space. Home prices in the row home category can also vary widely depending on the location, its size, its finishes and upgrades, its secret garden hiding in the back, and if it has parking. One of the things that is at a premium in Georgetown is parking. Only 1 in 3 homes have parking. So street parking is pretty common for most people. Now, some condo buildings have parking garages, and some homes do have small, tiny driveways or small garages that are attached to their house. But many people, even in some of the more expensive row homes, park their cars on the street. Living in Georgetown is very much a walkable experience. It's very much a community experience. So people really aren't living in Georgetown to have a car to drive everywhere. They're living in Georgetown to be able to walk to shops and restaurants and to meet their friends and to do volunteer work. So parking isn't as big of a deal for most of the people who live in Georgetown. So parking on the street is something that they put up with, if you will, to live in such a beautiful neighborhood. Most homes sit on quaint side streets off the main thoroughfares, and many are on tree-lined streets with easy access to a park. There are a lot of parks in Georgetown for neighbors to sit outside, enjoy a good book, walk their dog. And Georgetown is also known for its trees. There are a lot of trees, and the tree canopy is something that the neighborhood takes very seriously. So a lot of these side streets are beautifully tree-lined with ginkgos and other types of trees, and some of the streets even have the original cobblestone, which adds an extra layer of charm. And some you can even find the original rail car tracks. All of these elements add to the beauty of the neighborhood and make for a very historic and quaint neighborhood feeling along these side streets where Georgetown residents live. Remember that last Kennedy home that I showed you? Curious as to what owning a piece of history like that might cost you? That home last sold in 2017. It still contained the original kitchen, so it did need some upgrades, but it was still a stunning property, a stunning home, and a beautiful backyard and a gorgeous lot. It sold for $5,250,000, again in 2017. So no matter if you were looking for a beautiful Kennedy historic mansion or a condo, Georgetown probably has a home for you. Ready to learn more about Georgetown? You are in the right place. Make sure you subscribe, and while you're here, watch this video next. It's all about living in Georgetown.